Welcome to today's show, everyone. We have a great episode. Our guest today is Marreese Speights. He is the new head basketball coach at Polk State College. We're going to talk about his high school career, his college career at the University of Florida, where he won a national championship, and then his 10-year career in the NBA, where he won an NBA championship with the Warriors, and he had 3 years in China. And then we're going to come back and talk about his coaching career, how he plans on recruiting, the types of kids he's going to recruit at Polk State. It's going to be a great show, and I hope you'll spend a few minutes with us. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Todd's podcast. Our guest today is the new head basketball coach for Polk State College. His name is Marreese Speights. He is a St. Pete native, and he was the 16th pick by the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round of the NBA draft in 2008. Was that the right year?
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. He played 10 years in the NBA with Philly, Memphis, Cleveland, Golden State, and the LA Clippers and the Orlando Magic. In 2015, he won an NBA championship with the Golden State Warriors. During his 10 seasons in the NBA, he played in 705 career games. He averaged 7.9 points per game and 4.1 rebounds per game. And during his time in the NBA, he played in 60 playoff games where he averaged 5.3 points per game and 2.5 rebounds per game. And in the 2014-2015 season, he was named the Warriors' top scorer coming off the bench, where he earned the nickname Bo Buckets. That's a great nickname. No. And we call Eli the notorious ELI sometimes because he's a little out of line. That year, the Warriors finished with the best record in the NBA at 73-9, which has got to be one of the best records of all time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the best.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the best. Chicago had it before then.
Yeah, I thought y'all beat. Okay, they had 10 losses, didn't they?
Yep.
Were they 70?
10.
Okay. He also played for the Guangzhou Long Lions in the Chinese Basketball Association for about 3 seasons, where he averaged 17.2 points, 6.4 rebounds per game, and in the 57 games that he played in China. What you can't see is Mo is 6'10", and I'm wondering how you stacked up against the Chinese. Yeah. I know they have some tall fellas over there, but notoriously they're not a tall folks, but I'm sure the basketball players were.
No, it's big. That generation over there, they doing something different over there.
They're feeding them different food than they used to.
They're doing something different, so they getting bigger.
So you had also 2 seasons at the University of Florida. Go Gators.
Yep, go Gators.
You averaged 9.4 points per game and 5.4 rebounds per game, where you also won a national championship with the Gators as a member of the 2006 and 2017. Mo is one of only 47 players in the history of the Men's Basketball Association, or men's basketball, to win an NBA championship and an NCAA title in college basketball. So welcome, Mo, to Todd's podcast. Glad you're here. Sorry the introduction was a little long, but I wanted people to find out a little bit about you because you're new to the area. You're not new to the world of basketball and stardom, but you are new to Polk County and over here. So I wanted to get a little bit of background about you.
No, I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here. I heard a lot of great things about you in this podcast and just the success you had being over here. So it's an honor to be on here.
Yeah, I met you a week or so ago. We were doing a mock interview with a young lady who was a candidate for our contestant in the Miss Florida contest coming up in another week or so. And our friend Brenda set that up. And Brenda Eubanks Burnett, we went to high school together. She's someone you should probably not pay much attention to, because if you do, she's going to drag you into everything that she's doing. So
I need to get in all that.
Yeah, she's a great friend and a great promoter of the pageant. So you're 6'10". Were you a skinny kid in high school, or had you already started filling out with muscle, or you had to be like one of the more dominant guys in the high school ranks?
That's just a good question. So for me, 8th grade, I was 5'9". When I got to be in the 9th grade, I grew to 6'4". So it was like a 40-day window when I grew like 5 inches. It's 40 days. So
you were eating that Chinese food that they were feeding to the Chinese guys.
I don't know what it was, but it was crazy. But I didn't play basketball my freshman year. I played my sophomore year. Okay. First time ever playing basketball. Coach Larry Murphy at Gibbs It's like, Mo, you getting off the football field, getting off the baseball diamond, and you come and play basketball. And I decided to play basketball, and it worked out for me.
My senior year in high school, I grew 5 inches. I started at 5'6" and then ended up at 5'11", and luckily I had an older brother, so I just kept getting his hand-me-down clothes. Yeah. I can imagine the clothing bill that your parents had. Did your feet grow proportionally at the same time?
It was growing fast.
So you go through shoe, that's got to be 2 or 3 different pairs of shoes in 40 days.
Yep.
They were probably hoping, hey, you got to get into this and sign for some money. So. What was it like in high school? Were you like the dominant guy in your area, or did you have a pretty good basketball team that you were just part of?
So for me, growing up in St. Petersburg, like I said, I started playing basketball late. My first sport was baseball. So in high school, I wasn't really the dominant like that.
Right.
Especially my first couple of years, but my last year, I ended up getting like 40 offers. So I started getting better, because the game is coming to me a little easier.
You started learning it.
Yeah, I started learning it because, like I said, I started late. But I had a really good teams, had really good coaches. And when I transferred to Alabama Farragut, we was really good, and that's when my confidence got better, and that's why I kind of took off. After that, then I went to Hargrave Military Academy. Then I really got good there.
What did you play in baseball? What was your position in baseball?
I was a pitcher.
Could you? I mean, you would be like Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
Wasn't Randy Johnson like 6'9" or 6'10"?
6'10", yep.
I was scared of Jimmy Ray when he used to throw against me, and he was shaving when he was 12 years old, I think.
Jeez.
And he could throw hard, but he had no clue where it was going when he was that little. So he had terror of everyone. But I can imagine if you were 6'10" and still throwing heat from the mound, you would be quite terrifying. Why did they not want you to do that? Did your basketball coach say, hey, you're going to be a better basketball player than baseball? Is that what he saw in you, or she, or whoever your coach was?
No, it was kind of my decision. When I went to Alabama Farragut, we ended up losing in basketball in the regionals. We were supposed to make it far, but we ended up losing. Then I went to go play baseball. They was kind of having me trying to pitch a lot of games back to back. I'm like, man, I love it, but I don't love it that much.
They were using you. They were using you up.
So I was like, nah, let me just stick to basketball. And that's why I made that decision.
What was it like being recruited as a star athlete in high school? I mean, you said you got 40 offers. I mean, you must have been you caught someone's eye your senior year.
So it was good because summer basketball, AAU, I was playing for a local team. Then I got an opportunity to go play for a national team, Jacksonville Bulls. Shout out to Coach Lampley, RIP to him. He sacrificed and took me and a couple more guys to Jacksonville, play with them. We went to a tournament in Atlanta. There was a whole bunch of people around the court. I was confused with what it was because I never seen none of this stuff, and I just went out there and played basketball. And after that, phone blew up. At my mom's house. I had 40 offers in 2 days.
Wow.
So it was kind of like a shock to me. Then after that, confidence just kept getting better and better and better, and I got better, and that's what happened.
Well, if you get 40 offers, did you meet with 40 coaches or recruiters, or some of them were just calling?
Yeah, just calling.
How did they know what kind of person you were? They were just going off your basketball skills, and then were they hoping that, hey, I hope this is a good kid to go along with his incredible basketball skills?
Yeah, so the process back then, it was a little different because cell phones weren't really out yet.
Right.
They was out, but they wasn't like, you had to wait.
They weren't in everyone's pocket.
Yeah, you had to wait till after 7 o'clock to kind of talk. You know what I mean? So they was calling my mom's house, my mom's phone. And they'll just try to get to know you. But at the end of the day, they want you to come play basketball. And the schools are really serious. They get deep and down to the academic part.
Right.
You know what I mean? So dealing with that and just going through the process, you go on the visits. But, yeah, that's about it on that.
What tipped you over the edge to go to University of Florida? Of course, I'm glad you did. Was it the success that they had already been having? Was it Billy Donovan? Was it the school? What drew you to University of Florida in Gainesville?
That's a good question. Coach Donnie Jones, the head coach now at Stetson, built a relationship with me when I was young.
Was he an assistant coach under Donovan?
He was assistant. Okay. Yeah, he was assistant.
So that's who you started with the relationships is that how it works kind of in college ball? Is you start your relationship with the under guys, and then the head coach comes in and takes all the credit? Yeah,
so with recruiting, you kind of have a staff. Your staff goes out and get the players. If it's a player that all the guys on the staff agrees with, then the head coach is going to make the final decision.
Okay.
So you kind of build relationships over the years with the assistant coaches. You know what I mean? Every coach kind of have their own players they ever kind of want. Then they all come together. So I built a relationship with Donnie, and it got good. I went on a visit. They played LSU. When I went to the game, I was like, oh my God, I never experienced about being in an atmosphere like this. So
Yeah.
if I'm able to come here and play basketball, I'm come here. We in the state of Florida. I'm from. It's nothing better feeling than having that Florida across your chest. Because
At the O'Connell Center.
At the O'Connell Center, yeah.
Crazy.
So it was a great experience and crazy story. I was about to commit to Miami.
Oh, really?
And then Florida called me on the phone, and I clicked over. It's like, Mo, what are you doing? I guess Miami put it out. And then the next day I was up in Gainesville on campus visiting.
What's it like to be recruited, highly recruited, heavily recruited? I mean, you've got to be grounded somehow because of your family, or somehow you can't get a big head.
Yeah.
You know, if you can, you're not going to last long, I wouldn't think.
It's just back then it was a little different than it is now. Back then it wasn't no money and none of that kind of stuff. It's just really about relationships, the best school that's going to get you to where you want to go to, whatever your dream is. So it was definitely a lot. It came a lot. Come from nobody not knowing you to now you top 100 in the country.
Right.
My mom is all figuring out what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She just supported me, so I just went out there and played. So it was fun, but it could definitely be stressful because everybody trying to sell a car. You know how it is. Everybody trying to sell a car, so you got to understand which one is not a lemon and which one is a good car. So I picked the good one.
Was your mom an athlete?
Yeah, my mom and my dad was.
So they kind of understood a little bit about what you were going through, how your body was changing, the pressures you were getting because of your talent that you had. So that wasn't a total foreign subject to them.
Yeah, so
were they college athletes or just athletic?
My dad was, but my dad wasn't around. He was incarcerated, so my mom was doing a good job. My brother, I got an older brother and two older sisters. My brother was an athlete, so they kind of was guiding me, and just my community kind of put their hands around me and kind of helped me out.
Good,
because it was nobody in my area ever went that far, so it was kind of foreign to a lot of people.
Are you the baby in the family?
Yeah, I'm the baby. Yeah.
Are you the biggest in the family?
Yeah, I am.
So there was no food left when you were finished eating?
Yeah. Spoil.
Yeah, I think most last children are.
They are.
I'm the middle child, and my younger brother, he just finally said, yeah, when mom and dad got it right, they stopped having kids. So maybe that was it with you. I got to ask, at 6'10", what kind of bed do you sleep in? I mean, is it like, do they have super long beds for really tall athletes, or do you sleep sideways? You can't go to every hotel. They can't have extra beds for basketball players.
No, you just got to learn how to adjust. I always when I was playing basketball, I always had a custom bed that a lot of different businesses used to like donate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Work to like a partnership together. But like hotels, a king bed is good. Because I don't sleep stressed out. You know what I mean? I'm kind of just balled up. So the bed situation is not bad. It's not bad at all.
Did you stay in the student athletes at Florida and the dorm? I mean, with the student athletes in the dorms?
Yeah.
Was it not Tolbert Hall?
Springs. We lived in Springs.
Springs. Okay.
Springs and Keys.
And so it was just athletes.
Springs was
Okay.
just athletes. Yeah, right next door to the practice gym.
How was that experience? Did you like living there? Was that your first time kind of being away on your own? Did you kind of run wild, or hey, we got some coaches that are still people overseeing us?
Nah, so when I first got to Florida, I'm just coming from an all-boys school in Hargrave in Chatham, Virginia. So when I got there on the last day you're allowed to get accepted to the school. So for me, it's like I was in Disneyland, you know what I mean? I had to get adjusted to sharing a room, but it was quick because I had a good roommate who I kind of knew before I got there. But just being on the campus, just understanding what everybody before you did, for me being there in the moment, it was fun because I knew everybody was here for a reason. Got the football guys, got the baseball guys, everybody was here, so it was fun.
Hey everybody, if you're looking to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle from a dealership that makes the process easy, straightforward, and actually enjoyable, you need to check out the Chevrolet Center in Winter Haven, Florida. Located at the corner of Cypress Gardens Boulevard and 1st Street, They've been family-owned and operated since 1958, serving our community with top-notch customer satisfaction ever since. My family and I bought several vehicles from the Chevrolet Center, and I am confident they will earn your trust as well. Stop by and say hello to their friendly staff at 101 Cypress Gardens Boulevard in Winter Haven and tell them Todd's podcast sent you. So after you left Florida, you went into the pros for a long time, had a very nice career in the pros. How does that game differ from college? I mean, it's got to be speed and size and strength, and you get hit by another 7-foot man. It's got to be different than getting hit by a 6-foot Chinese guy, I would assume. But
yeah, so coming from college, especially coming from the University of Florida, I'm practicing against 3 top 10 guys.
Right.
With Joe Noah, Al Horford, Corey Brewer, even Chris Richard, local guy.
Right.
So that prepared me for the NBA because I'm practicing that every day. Get to the NBA, nobody's not really holding your hand no more. So life comes now. Like now you're adult quick.
Right.
I got drafted at 20, so I'm 20 years old, 21 years old in Philly. First time really being away on my own. Got a lot of adult things to do now, but you still got to understand why you're here because of the basketball part. Right. So it was definitely an adjustment. But the University of Florida and Coach Donovan, them definitely prepared me for the moment. So it was a good transition for me.
I think that's important to have that as the coaches do, as they understand your potential, and then they did. Once you left, they didn't leave you. You still kind of had that influence in you. How much more physical is the game in the pros than it is in college? Do they just let you bang away, and just so long as you don't draw blood, it's not really a foul, or is it a little more finesse than I'm giving it credit for?
So back then, it was definitely a little tougher. It's more the physical, but it's more like you playing against a grown man that is married, that's been in this league for a long time.
That's their job.
Yeah, that's their job, the ins and outs of what it is to be a professional. So it's that part that's mentally tough. Just playing against a whole bunch of high IQ guys. And the physical part, we playing against Shaq, because I was blessed to play against Shaq, Yao Ming, Mutombo, all those guys that's been in the league, Jermaine O'Neal, Chris Bosh, like those guys, physical guys. So it's the mental part, and also is the physical part also.
I want to ask about LeBron, and you're not going back to the pros, so hopefully you'll be candid about this. What do you think about him flopping all the time? Is he like up for an Academy Award or something? It seems like he goes to the ground, he's not even touched.
Yeah, so Bron is a great player.
Yeah.
One of the best players that ever played this game. He's just transitioning into the new age basketball, not knowing, like, bro, you're a little older for that now.
Right.
So that's what he's trying to do, trying to get more fouls, trying to get more free throws, trying to get more points.
But don't the referees see that and go,
yeah, they do.
They really didn't touch it, LeBron, get up off the ground?
They do.
All right.
They do. They starting to realize it now.
Were you a good free throw shooter?
I shot 80 from my career.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it is.
That is good.
Yeah.
So Mo Buckets, you got that name, which I think is a pretty cool nickname. So and that's for coming off the bench and being the high school and everything. What is the mindset for coming off the bench? How did you deal with, hey, I'm not starting the game, but I got to be prepared. And when they call my number or call my name, my body's got to be ready, my mind's got to be ready.
No, that's a good question, because I don't really never get asked that kind of question. I just knew being able to play in the NBA is a blessing. It's a true blessing to be there. When I was able to go with the Warriors, I knew it was bigger than me. I knew it was a team goal. So for the best of me, I had to come off the bench. So I was mentally prepared every time my name was called, because I understand this is it's bigger than, I'm not bigger than the program. I'm here to win. I'm here to be with a group of guys that's want to win also, that's on the verge to winning. So I did whatever it took to keep myself mentally prepared, watching film and being locked into the game.
And that was your job too. You were a professional,
job,
and you were paid to be ready to go, have your body ready. Did you ever sit there either in a blowout or just saying, I wonder what they're eating up in the stands, or, hey, that's a good-looking girl over there with Jack Nicholson? Did you ever just wander and or you let your mind wander and go, because there had to be some blowout games when you won. You know,
when you playing at that level, you kind of really locked in.
Okay.
You never want to get relaxed at any kind of, because anything could happen.
Right.
But it is times when you know your family in town, you ain't seen them a long time. You know they sitting at, you kind of you looking at them, waving at them. You know what I mean? And other things you could probably look in the stands and see, but that's what it is back then.
Did you ever notice? I mean, you kind of answered it, but at some point you did have to look around, or even beforehand or after the game, whatever. Did you notice the celebrities that were there? Were they a distraction, or is it like, hey, that's just like seeing Todd and Eli and Cameron in the stands? Did you pay attention to any of that?
Yeah, you kind of see that, especially when you're in the bigger cities.
Right.
You see those guys, those women and those guys come to support you. But you're so locked into the game, you're so locked into what you got to accomplish as a team, that you see that later down the road. You see it after the game. You see it at halftime. You know what I mean? But during the game, you're so locked in, you can't really focus on the little distractions that's there. But and you know they come to see a show, so got to put it on for them.
It seems like some of the celebrities are there just to be noticed.
Yeah.
And sometimes they, it's like they know when the camera's on them. I mean, you know what's going on the basketball court. They know when the camera, even if it's across the court, they say, okay, camera 3's on me. I better smile or hug this guy or kiss this girl or whatever. So I would think that would be a little bit distraction, but it is part of the game.
It's part of the game.
And again, that part is the sizzle that sells and gets people to come through the door and buy the tickets and everything.
And that's like for me right now, when I go to games now, I don't sit on the court. I just sit what I want to sit at. But I appreciate the game more because I see all the things that's happening outside of the court. I'm thinking about that's the basketball game, only a small part of what goes on with the concessions, with the different events going on inside of the arena. So I go to the games now just to look at that stuff. Like, man, I was blessed to get able to play basketball, but I didn't know all this other stuff was going on. Meet and greets. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's the part I love, watching games now.
As a pro, you had to have tunnel vision. That tunnel was right there on the court. You look at the other shenanigans going on. Who were some of the more obnoxious celebs that you noticed? And I guess obnoxious, were they trying to mess with you guys as the players to distract you, or did they all, for the most part, they say, hey, these guys are pros. They don't come on the set, or they don't come on messing with me. I'm going to let them do that. Or are they sitting there harassing you? Spike Lee comes to mind.
Nah, you kind of in a space that everybody is professional in whatever category they is in life, so they understand, they respect the grind. It's like me going to a studio and you rap and I come there and they ain't gonna do it on the basketball court.
Right.
They'll say something to you at halftime or before the game, but during the game, they ain't heckling like that. They ain't doing that.
Who were some of the nicer, more respectful ones? I mean, they had to be fans, or a lot of them were, and they had to appreciate when you're doing something spectacular or you're doing your job well. And, you get accolades for that because you're doing your job well, and they could appreciate your talent.
Like the Denzel Washington guys, the ushers, and guys like that sit close to you. It's been a lot. E40. A lot of those guys. It's been a lot. I just can't all remember, but they all respectful. They always appreciate what you're doing.
What was the best arena you ever played in that was a player's arena? Maybe they didn't have too many distractions. Where did you like to play the most?
Man, that's a good question. It's a couple. I could give you a couple.
Well, you can have a couple. Sure,
yeah,
there's no rules.
I like always playing in Boston. It's always going to be packed. It's always going to be loud in there. In Madison Square Garden. Yeah.
Because of the history, or because of the actual arena and the way the crowd was set up?
Yeah, I think with Boston and New York, just the tradition, what it is, the people who play that played in the court, who's been in those places, and just walking into the Garden, Madison Square Garden, you just know it's a different place. It's a stage.
It had to be humbling going in there. You see the championships, and now New York just won again, and Boston, them in the 60s and 70s, and some of those guys, and you see their banners in the rafters and go, I'm on the same court as Bill Russell.
Yeah. So as a hooper, like as a basketball player, that's the kind of stuff you see at shoot around. All right, when you got a game at 7 o'clock, you got to shoot around at 10 o'clock in that gym.
10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. 10 o'clock in the morning, you appreciate all that stuff. But when game time, you got to have a button in your head like it's time to lock in.
Okay.
You seen all that stuff at shoot around, now it's time to go win the game. You know what I mean? So that's how it really is. That's how the process goes.
What was the worst arena? What was the crappiest arena? Or 2 or 3 if you want.
When I first got in the league, is Izod Center where the Nets played at.
Okay.
In New York, and Milwaukee. Milwaukee is it was a bad spot. The old Rocky Arena,
Right.
Milwaukee Arena, not the new one. The old one. It's kind of tough.
You played in Philly. Was basketball Philly fan the same as football Philly fan? They were all just crazy?
Yeah, Philly fans is different. They passionate about their sports. They passionate about the goods and the bad. It's just, if you don't have a good game, they're going to let you know. You have a good game, they're going to let you know. So it's tough now. It's tough. Definitely a tough city.
I don't quite fully understand that mindset as, hey, you need to be cheering and pushing Mo along when he's having a bad game, and I really appreciate it when he has a good one. But, you beat a man when he's down. What good does that do? It makes it harder for you to get up if everyone's beating you when you're on the ground.
Right. It's like my buddy, like Andre Iguodala. We played together in Philly and also with the Golden State. He made the All-Star team, and they still was booing him. You know what I mean? So just Philly just
scored
different.
20, didn't score 22, or
Yeah, it's
it's
crazy. It's just crazy. That's how Philly is, and I mean everybody got they like and they don't like. You know what I mean, different places. So Philly just is different.
I wonder if they're just mad at life and they just manifest itself on the
There's a lot
basketball
of
or
good
the
people
football
up there,
field.
though. There's a lot of good people up there.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Who was your best teammate, or who did you enjoy playing with the most?
I got a list for them. I give you my top 5.
Yeah.
Lou Will being one. Sean Livingston. Roy Ivy. Iguodala. And Barbosa. Those kind of my guys who I still talk to.
You still hang with them?
More talking to. I know a lot of
Okay.
people doing what they got to do, but it's more like talking to them all the time. Alonzo G, the guys from Florida also. Reggie
Right.
Evans. I hang out with Reg. I see him a lot because he live in Tampa. So those guys, kind of guys I communicate with a lot.
Did you go to the national championship game last year?
No, I didn't go.
No.
I didn't go.
Yeah, I watched it on TV, and it makes you proud when they win, doesn't
No,
it?
it does. It does.
It
It
kind of,
does.
you call up your buddy and say, hey, remember we did this before anyone else was doing it. Who were some bad teammates? If you don't want to answer, that's fine. I mean, it's kind of a loaded question. Or who was, hey, this guy's really kind of full of himself and he's not that good of a player, or he's really a good player, but he could really be a better teammate.
Nah, I don't think I can't really say anything bad about people. In real life, how life goes is people you hang out with, people you say hello to.
Right.
And it's a lot of those. But they good at what they do. But when dealing with me, there's nobody I would be like, nah, I don't really like him. You know what I mean? Truthfully.
Who was the best pure basketball talent that you really saw, that when they touched the ball, you said, everybody else is just going to sit back and just get juked out of their pants or out of their shorts or something?
I played with 2 of them. I'm going to name 2 of them. I just can't name one. Kyrie Irving. I played with him. He was a rookie. Just natural talent. Go out the car and just go out there and give you 50 points. Then Steph Curry. See the guy work. Those guys work at a screaming high level. Very detailed what they do on and off the court, mentally. Again, they body prepared when they go out there and get ready to play.
So it sounds like you can kind of push that on your kids as coaching is, hey, these guys that are superstars, they were prepared on and off the court. They showed up for work. They worked, and when they were off work, they were still getting ready, getting their body ready, taking care of themselves. And I think that's with anyone is when it's time to perform, you perform at a high level. Yeah. But it doesn't start or stop there. Nope. You've got to keep going.
Yep. Preparation, like in business, you got to be prepared before you go to a big meeting or an expo or something. So it's all about the preparation, how serious you take it. It'll show you the results you get, how serious you take it.
Todd's podcast is sponsored in part by Saunders Real Estate, your trusted partner in land and commercial real estate since 1996. With over 125 expert advisors located throughout the Southeast United States, the full-service brokerage specializes in a wide range of property types from farms and ranches to commercial buildings and development land. If you're looking to build your legacy with a confident investment, please visit SaundersRealEstate.com or call 877-518-5263 to connect with an advisor today. So your life after playing, you had a wonderful career, played a long time in college and pro ball. You saw the world and had a lot of great opportunities. Where all of you coached since then? I know you're the new incoming head coach at Polk State. What was your coaching path to get to Polk?
So I got an AAU team I've been having for like 16 plus years. I really started coaching that when I was playing. So I kind of got the coaching bug. So after China, I opened my own academy. I left China early. I left a lot of money on the table to come back because I wanted to impact kids, and especially during COVID, it was tough. Right. Kids wasn't really getting recruited, so I started my own academy. I did that for 2 years. Got a 99% placement rate when the kids going to college, so that was good. Then after that, I went to Georgia Southern. I was there for a year with Charlie Henry. He was the first-year head coach. When I left there, I came to South Florida. I coached with Coach Amir. He ended up passing when I was there. And that made me kind of get out of college. And I went to, this past year, I was at Northside Christian in St. Pete, private school. Made it to the state championship, Final Four, first time in school history. And it got me here. So I think just the different stops that I had over the time to really get me to Polk, especially with my post-grad, Randy Lee, the AD at Polk right now, came to recruit my players. And that's how we kind of built that relationship. So
you mentioned Randy. Here, I've got a quote from him. It says, "We're incredibly excited to have someone of Coach Speights' stature to oversee our basketball program," said Randy Lee, Polk State athletic director. "He's made a profound impact and has had on the court success everywhere he's been. He has a proven track record of moving athletes on to the next level," which is what sounds like you did at the AAU level. This is a big moment for Polk State athletics. Polk State is going to be a place where our players get exposures. What you responded, we're going to be big on faith and process oriented. Our players are going to leave Polk State as better young men than when they arrived. Is that? I mean, that sounds like a wonderful place to send your kid if you're a parent and you're saying, "I'm going to send my child off, whether it's a boy or girl, whatever sport they may play or whatever." Say, "Okay, I got this mentor who's going to be in charge of my child. This is his mindset, and this is what he's going to continue to try and instill in my child." Did you learn that through your career? Is that something you learned at home? Is it you learned it from other coaches?
No, it's a mixture of everything. I was raised with a single mom. Like I said, she's my role model.
Right.
So she kind of showed me the way when she was growing up when I was young, seeing how hard she worked when she was sick and when she had the flu, when she always got up and went to work.
Right.
So that kind of, I seen that as a young age. But I know what my calling is, big on faith, especially the last 10 plus years. I got bigger and just realized, like, I know why God got me on this earth and I want to help people. What's the best way I can help people? Basketball. I play basketball.
Sure.
A lot of people want to play basketball. So I do it for the right reason. I don't do it for the dollar.
Right.
I do it for to see families change because it changed my life from. So I kind of get bits and pieces from everybody because I know what that little small basketball could do for you.
What are the challenges you see in front of you? I mean, you're brand new to this school, brand new to the community. You've got to start finding places for your kids to live and do all that. What are some of the challenges you're facing?
Man, the challenge is the
Do we have enough time for you to list them all?
No.
There's a bunch.
The challenge is the part that wanted me to get this job because people run for challenges. I don't want to run from it. I just want to attack it on a daily basis and get the right people around you because it's all about relationships. The way you treat people, the way people are around you could kind of get you what you really want. So me knowing the challenge that comes with being here at Polk State is something that I embrace, and I'm looking forward to go head first into it. It is the housing situation. Everybody know that.
Right.
But everything else is something I can figure out. I learned a lot by being here with Randy. He helped me every day. He's giving me bits and pieces of the resources we have. And like mentally, I'm in a good spot. It's just the small things I got to work on.
Right. Do you think the players today respond to a coach that's a screamer like a Bobby Knight or some of the others, or some of the more intellectual coaches that really want to sit down and say, this is why you do it? I'm not going to scream it into you, but I'm going to tell you why you should do it and convince you that my way is the right way to do it.
It just depends. It just depends what kind of relationship you build with them when you first start meeting them. Me being a basketball player and me being a person that they dream about going to be an NBA player, I'm able to get away with a lot of different things because they know I did it. They know I won.
Right.
But if you don't build that relationship with them from the beginning, these kids are smart nowadays. These kids going to peep up, he don't know what he's talking about. I'm not listening to him. You know what I mean? So it's just the way you approach when you first get a group of guys to approach them and see what could tick them and what kind of family they come from also, because that's a big part of it, your family. So some of them don't, some of them do. Just got to find the right ones.
Yeah. You just mentioned the kids and the families.
Yep.
What's your recruiting style? I mean, you got to come out and build teams. And I don't know how many kids are staying over from last year's team. If you got to get 12 new kids,
Right.
If everyone left, or, hey, I got a core of 4 or 5 guys I can build a team around, and now I just got to go get some, individual players. What's your recruiting approach now?
Me growing up in St. Pete, being in Polk County a lot, I understand the grit and grind of this county. From everything from football to basketball for business. So them guys won 5 games last year. So I do
5?
Yeah, they won 5. So for me, being a winner and being a guy that's all for the community, I'm not going to keep a team like that around. So I definitely got to recruit. I got 3 of the guys local. Eric Daly, East End. He's from Winter Haven. Trey Jackson, another guy from Winter Haven. So those guys going to stay. Got a kid from Orlando named Ethan Simons. But other than that, I definitely got to build a relationship, build this team. And that's the part I really love. I love building teams, like being a GM. I did it everywhere I've been.
Right.
And it's been successful when you do it yourself with the coaches you have. So, like I said, I understand the grit and grind in this county. I'm going to put a product on that floor that these people never seen before.
Good. Has the NIL made it into this level of basketball yet?
Certain schools got more perks than others. A lot of those Texas schools, and I think some of these Florida schools is getting it too.
How do you compete against that when you're recruiting?
It's kind of tough, but that's the part I love. Like you said, I played for the University of Florida. I'm a Gator guy. Polk County is a county full of Gators, from here to Ocala to Gainesville, for everywhere. So
yeah, there's a lot of Gators here.
Yeah, a lot of successful
Gators. I mean, there's a lot of people who have done well and should be available.
So that's why for me, I just want to give them something to see, give them something to appreciate, because if we get everybody on board, this could be a hidden gem. This could be a really good program. It's going to be a really good program.
Right.
I just want to get the right people around it. And just show people what I'm doing. Before I ask for anything, I'm going to show you.
When does the season start?
The season first game is October 30th.
Have you already recruited your team, or have you already?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that daily. I'm doing that daily.
Do you spend a lot of time in high school gyms when you're not playing? I mean, I would think recruiting is kind of a year-round thing. You put your feelers out to your buddies, your contacts, say, hey, send me some kids. I need a center, or I need a ball handler or something. And, that's got to be the relationships that you've built over the last 20-some-odd years.
So with me, the unique thing with me being at Polk State, I could still coach my 17U AAU team. So I've been recruiting in a live period.
You're growing your own team.
Yeah. So I've been recruiting a live period. A lot of 26s, a lot of seniors that's still playing AAU. I could see them in person because I'm playing against you.
Right.
So that's the easy recruiting tool. But right now, when I'm building a team, I kind of got to go with transfers. Got to go with a couple high school kids. I got a couple high school kids from my area, some really good ones. But just relationships with AAU, with my academy, me coaching Division I. I got a lot of people on my phone that seeing me players daily. Got a player for you. I got a player for you. So it's different ways to recruit. Like I say, coming to a JUCO, me being an NBA player, kids kind of get thrown at me a lot.
We had talked about the community and one of the great things one of the big things you need is housing.
Yep.
And you've got to find a safe place for these kids to live,
Yep.
and then you got to feed them.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure you have a pretty tight budget,
Yep.
and feeding a 6'10" guy or a 7-footer or 6'6" athlete who's burning up thousands of calories a day, they need food.
Yep.
You know, how do you find that? Do you kind of go on some of the past success? Does your athletic director help you with some of those things?
Yeah. AD hired me, so he understands the task we have in front of us.
Okay.
But for me, I want to use my resources. I just want to show people what I'm doing
Right.
from the heart, because this is my blessing. I love doing it, and I love the challenges. So this challenge is to get more food, to get the housing, and that's something that's going to happen every year.
Right.
But I'm going to build a relationship. I'm going to be in this community. I'm going to make sure people see me all the time and they could come and approach me, because it's going to be a hidden gem.
Right.
We're going to be really good. It's going to take the community to get behind us. And I know it will be by the relationships, by the people I'm meeting, and my connections I have.
How does someone get involved with the basketball program if they're not a player? They're a community guy or gal, or they say, hey, I got a restaurant. I can feed these kids one night a week, or I can do breakfast 2 days a week, or whatever. You know, how do they get in touch with you? Does it go through the athletic director, the college president? What's the process of supporting you with community?
So it's different ways you could kind of donate. That's what we'll call it. Just say donate meals, donate whatever. You got a banner. You could get a banner in the gym if you donate a certain amount of money. Everything goes to the foundation, and the foundation divvy it out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you could definitely reach out to me. You could reach out to Randy Lee. You could reach out to the Polk State Foundation. And it's different ways, because right now I'm building a relationship with a couple of guys that want to give meals.
Right.
So when it comes to the donation part, just really dealing with the foundation. I'm planning on having a couple fundraisers, events that I'm trying to do, but this is all going to fall into place.
So if I want to make a donation to the foundation and I say, hey, I want to feed these kids, you know, but I want my $500 just to go to food. I'm not, you know, we got other people that can do housing or whatever the other needs are that the boys need. But hey, I want to feed them.
Yeah.
Can I donate food? Can I?
Yeah, you could donate.
Can we do? I mean, prepared meals, or say, hey, here's a ham, here's a roast beef, and you guys cook it and y'all eat for a day or two, or you know, all those things are okay. They're not out of line. It sounds like nothing's out of line with NIL, and
no, it's not.
You know, you can buy him. Eli's been wanting me to buy him a Corvette, but he's still in Jelly of the Month Club, so he's a long way from the Corvettes.
Yep.
Do you feel like you are making some progress so far? Is it easier than you thought, or a little harder? What can we do to help you get integrated into the community somehow?
So for me, Brandon Giles, the former coach, did a really good job. He's a local guy.
Yep.
But I'm realizing in Polk County, Florida Southern is the school. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to navigate and see how can we get Polk State to be right there at the same level or right there. You know what I mean? So for me is building a relationship, meeting people around the town that I need to meet, and just showing them like how genuine, what kind of players I'm gonna have, what kind of people those players gonna be in the community, and just showing people, because showing always gonna give you what
it's
you
a
want.
visual.
Yeah, it's a visual. So
so you plan on putting the players out in the community so they can say, hey, these are the quality young men that we're growing here at Polk State, and we need your support to help as well. And
yeah, that's the biggest thing. I'm already doing a big Mo Buckets tournament at Polk State December 18th and 19th. So I'm gonna get sponsors for that. But like I just want to show, like I keep saying it, I just want to show guys, show people. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just gonna show you. If you want to be a part of it, you can be a part of it. But I'll figure it out.
Hey everybody, this is your host Todd Dantzler. As most of you know, I'm a partner with Saunders Real Estate and have been a very active and working broker for over 42 years. I have fostered strong relationships throughout the state of Florida, working on properties ranging from agriculture and development land to multifamily, commercial, and industrial projects. If you have any real estate needs at all, please give me a call. I'd love to help. My direct line is 863-877-2846. Thank you. What have we not talked about today that you said, God, I wish you'd have asked me about that? I mean, I've enjoyed talking about your program,
Yep.
but how do you need help recruiting? You know, what's your approach? Because it sounds like, hey, parents, I've done this before. I'm going to
Yeah.
take care of your boy or your daughter, whatever sport you're coaching. You're doing men's basketball, but you got to be that beacon of an example for them.
Yep.
And, you know, by living that good life. And, you know, what?
So for me, that's a good question. For me, we're going to be so unique with my staff I'm building. My staff I'm building, everybody on my staff is married. You don't really see that in college basketball and sports in general. So what is that when I say everybody's married? Now I want to show our athletes what it looks like to have a family, what it looks like to have your wife around. When it comes to traveling, we're going to travel together. You know what I mean? Families want to go, we're going to figure out a way to travel together. So I'm just want to show our young athletes what it is to be married, be successful, and give back when God bless you with a gift like He given us.
And be a good husband.
Yeah.
You know, that's got to be a big part of it.
Because it's a big sacrifice for our wives
Yeah.
when you're a college coach, when you get spending your time with the players more than you is with the family. So it's a big sacrifice. So you got to definitely give them a lot of respect, especially my wife. She's been down with me. It's going to be 10 years in September. She's been a backbone for me, and she helped me a lot.
Was she athletic, or was she an athlete, or are you in a world she didn't really inhabit for?
She skate, ice skate.
Ice skate?
Yeah, ice skate.
Has she gotten you on the ice skate
Nah,
yet?
never. I'm too tall. I'm too tall. I got a question for you, Todd.
Okay.
What make you? What's your motivation to do what you're doing right now? Still after been doing it for years and being successful in it. What wakes you up and makes you motivated every day?
Well, real estate's my main life, and
Yeah.
that's what I do. I've been doing it about 42, 43 years. I enjoy it. I enjoy the challenge. I really enjoy the success when you have them. It's frustrating when you have deals fall apart, or my phone's blowing up right now as we're talking.
Yep.
And I told people I'm out of pocket for 1 to 2:30. Don't call me, and they're still calling. But I think putting deals together is important to me. And, you know, the residential brokers, their satisfaction comes by putting families in houses. Mine comes from putting businesses in new buildings or helping them grow, helping them navigate some of the stuff they do on the political side, because I had spent a little time in local government, and that's important. One, making my community better. I was born and raised in Winter Haven. My dad was born and raised. My older brother moved here when he was 2 because my dad was in the service. So when my dad moved back, my older brother's been here, you know, longer than I have. And my younger brother was born and raised here. My dad went to Georgia and got married and stole my mom from Georgia and brought her down here.
Yep.
So, you know, we've just always been down here, and some kind of a homer for Polk County and for Winter Haven. And, you know, the podcast has been something fun that I've done.
Yep.
This is our third one we've recorded this week, which is a lot. Eli's got a regular paying job, and we've done 75, 76, 77 of them, and he's been behind the board on all but 2. And the 2 he missed because he was out of town or out of photo shoot, because he's got a real job here in our marketing department. So that the podcast is fun for me.
Yeah.
I'm meeting pretty cool people like yourself. I've interviewed some really fun people. People ask me who my most favorite interview was, and it might be Otis Birdsong. I don't know if you know Otis. He's a Winter Haven guy.
Yeah.
I was his water boy when he played Little League football with my older brother. And I was a little kid. I got to throw the football with him. Didn't know who he was. And then, you know, he comes along, and he's, you know, he was drafted number 2 in the 77 draft. I don't know if you know Otis or not.
I heard of him. I heard that name.
And just listening to his stories, talking about who he played with, who's the biggest trash talker. Well, Larry Bird was, you know, and, you know, he's a couple years older than me. So he played in the NBA when I was, you know, in my teens and 20s and paid attention to it. So the stories he was telling about people I was idolizing, you know, that were idolizing you, you know, at their younger age when you were there. So I've enjoyed that part about the podcast.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking to people that I've never met before. You were one of them. I mean, we met last week, but, you know, some of the hardest interviews are people I've known my whole life. But some of the more fun ones are people I get to discover. Eli's got to meet a whole lot of pretty cool people.
Yep.
We've got some generals that come on and are very generous with their time, and they give us a perspective that, you know, I would never have because of their lifetime of service, in the Air Force or, whatever. So I find the motivation that way. I like the challenges, but I do like the successes. And as I get older, I work differently than I used to.
Yeah.
I got a different pace in life. And, I think that's helping me deal with the frustrations of life and the frustrations of this business. So
makes sense. No, that's good.
But yeah, we've got to do a good job of getting you into the community, getting you to meet the people that you want to meet, and supporting you and supporting the foundation. That's important. I didn't know that we couldn't just give you money or give the basketball team money, that it had to go through the foundation.
It's just different ways that Randy kind of.
Well, it's easier.
Yeah, it's easier like that.
And you don't have to worry about getting a donation or whatever. You
right. Go right to them. And it's a tax. They kind of give you a tax write-off too when you donate to the foundation. So that's the best.
Right.
That's best. You never do that.
So you're not an ice skater. Do you like to dance?
No, I play golf.
You play golf?
Yeah, I play golf.
How good of a golfer are you?
I'm solid. I'm not great. I'm not bad either. I got better.
80? 75?
Nah, a little higher.
A little higher?
Yeah, a little higher.
Okay, then we could play. You should play with my older brother. He's very intense, but he's a very good golfer. So you might hit him with a club because he's a little too intense at times. But they got a regular game out at Willowbrook, and they got some good guys, and you would enjoy playing out there. Do you like to dance?
Nah.
Not a dancer?
Dance,
What kind of music do you like?
It just depends on what time of the day. I'm getting older, so a lot of that hardcore rap stuff I'm kind of going away from.
How old are you, about 42?
No, I'm 38.
38?
I turned 39 in August.
Okay.
Yep. So I like Christian music early in the morning. I like waking up, listening to Christian music. Rod Wade from St. Pete, so I listen to a lot of him.
What kind of food do you like?
I'm a pescatarian, so I don't eat no lamb meat. So I like seafood, a lot of seafood. Yep, crabs, stuff like that.
Do you like fishing, or do you like just having someone, you don't want to go fishing for your food, you want to pick it up at the store? You like to fish?
When my grandma was alive, I used to go fishing with her. But right now, it's not something I like going out there doing.
Was your grandma a freshwater or saltwater fisherman? What'd she like to catch?
Both. Old school. She from Georgia. She was from Courtney, Georgia, so be everywhere.
Yeah. Well, my mom was born in Adel and raised in Moultrie.
Yep.
And so we were from South Georgia, and I had an uncle in St. Simons and another uncle in Perry and another uncle in Lawrenceville and an aunt in Albany, I guess, if you're from Georgia.
Yeah, Albany, yep.
And she had moved up to Atlanta with some of my cousins as she had aged. And so, yeah, we spent a lot of time in Georgia. And do you like boiled peanuts?
Oh, my God. A lot of them. I kill boiled peanuts.
It is so funny to be around people from up north. I go, what do you mean eating boiled peanuts? I said, this is like caviar to us down here.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Well, what else would you like to talk about? We got another minute or two. Is there anything that we haven't? Eli, you got anything that you?
I was going to ask, why pescatarian? Is it a health choice, or is it just a preference and taste choice?
So I kind of started like 6 years ago when I went my last year in China, and the recovery time for me. I wasn't getting sore. I was sleeping good, and everything just was feeling better. You know what I mean? So I decided to stay that way, and it kind of helped me. I wish I would have did it earlier.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason, just my recovery time, my sleep quality. So it's good for me.
All right.
Cameron, you got anything? Yeah. Cameron, you didn't know you were going to be on part of the podcast, but Cameron.
I was going to ask, I'm going into my senior year at Georgia Southern. Heard you mention it. Did you say you played there? Or what?
I coached there.
You coached
there? Yeah, I coached there. You going into your senior year?
Yes.
So I was there your freshman year then.
Really? That's so interesting.
Small rail, ain't it?
Yes. I just started going to the basketball games, actually, this past year.
So when you was there was your freshman year, they was playing in the old arena, right? The small one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that Publix just had got open. Back there by Chick-fil-A,
yeah. They did. That's really cool.
Small rail.
So y'all might not have been able to hear that. Cameron is one of our interns here at the office, and she is an incoming senior or going into senior, whatever the word is, at Georgia Southern, where you coached.
Yep.
And so they were talking about some of the old haunts up there, and where should she stay away from, not getting in trouble? Because I have a feeling she's going to be in trouble her senior year.
She's a senior now, so she knows. She know every spot. Nats and all them places, yeah. Yep. So she knows.
Where was your favorite place to eat up there?
The steak, Bowl and Barrel.
Oh,
Bowl and Barrel,
Bowl and
yeah.
Barrel.
Bowl and Barrel,
the
steak
only
spot.
nice steakhouse
Yeah.
So now you just
Gotta
go in and
Savannah.
say, "Hey, I know Mo. I know Mo. I want the most special.
Yep.
I want the most special." Well, thank you for coming in. I'm so thankful that Brenda, kind of had the event last week, and Ron O'Connor, I think, made the introductions for us. And he's the one who really roped Jen to being the interviewer last week with Brendan, the Miss Florida candidate, our contestant. And I wish you great success. I think you're going to do very well.
Appreciate it.
And I think you'll find our community very welcoming.
Yep.
And, a lot of times it's just ask. And some people, they may not be able to help, but they may know who can answer the question, or they may know who to go to and everything. But I know housing was an issue when Brandon was there.
Yep.
And it seems like it's always an issue, especially when you have kids coming in from out of town.
Yep.
A lot of times the good thing about Polk is they get local kids and they can stay at home if they want. But, part of going to college is leaving home.
Going away.
And learning how to be an adult without mom or dad at home, or a sister or brother, and, kind of making your mistakes, and hopefully they're not too big that you can't recover from. So
I think the housing, because I've been talking to a couple properties that's willing to let us in there. It's just with the foundation, just raising the money for the housing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Once you build a core with a property, now you keep it up. Now you make sure it's going to be consistent. It's just the money every year to keep raising it, to going into it.
How many kids do you usually have to find housing for?
Just 12 scholarship guys.
Is that like 6 or 8 or 12?
Yeah, so a couple of 3 bedrooms. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So the one place I'm talking to at Cypress Golf Course.
Cypress Wood.
Yeah, Cypress Wood. The lady.
You just want to go out there so you can check on them and play golf at the
all
same
that.
time. I understand.
So she willing to give us 4 units, two bedrooms. So that'd be enough. So it's just trying to navigate through it.
Okay.
I mean, especially me coming in this time, they closed in lease on the last place. We got to get all that stuff out, and we got to find a new spot before August. So.
Well, we'll help with some introductions, and we'll put some thought to it and see if we
Yep.
can help find with some housing. And I think as you start building your program, and as you start to get integrated into the community, and you
Yep.
bring the kids in, and the people start meeting your players and say, "Wow, these are some pretty sharp young men." That's when your program starts selling itself.
Yep.
And I think you'll find great success. You seem to have a wonderful attitude about being a coach, and your approach to recruiting is, you're that father figure that's done it, and you want to make sure when someone gives you their child for a year or two that you're going to be taking care of them.
Yeah.
And I think that comes through a lot. So I wish you great luck. I wish you great success. I think you're going to do incredibly well at Polk State. I hope it's a long tenure for you there, and I hope you make people go, "Wow, didn't Florida Southern have a basketball team?" Because we're all over here pulling for Polk State.
Yep.
And wonderful place. So thank you, Mo, for coming in. I appreciate it very much. And thank you for listening today. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Todd's podcast. This has been your host, Todd Dantzler. If you enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to rate, review, follow, and subscribe to Todd's podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you have any questions for me, suggestions for future guests, or are interested in sponsorship opportunities for our podcast, please just fill out the contact form on my website, todddantzler.com. I look forward to hearing your questions and feedback, and please take care.